Hello and welcome back to another episode of Excel Learning Series with Syed. In this episode, we will take a look at the match function. To follow along with me, make sure to download a copy of this workbook using the link in the video description. In this workbook, I have three worksheets. See it, where I will demonstrate, do it for you to practice, and data set is the data that we will use to demonstrate. Let's go to the seed sheet and place my cursor in cell B2. Before I begin, let me tell you what exactly a match function is. A match function is used to look for the relative position of an item from a given range. That's what it is. Remember, the match function can be used only in a single row or a single column. You cannot use it on a span of data that is a combination of rows and columns. Let me show you what exactly I mean by that. Let's first begin in the cell B2. I will place my cursor there and start typing in equal to MAT. I have that function in my view. Now I will press tab on the keyboard to complete that function, and this function takes three arguments. The first argument is lookup value. What do you want to look for? Lookup array. Where do you want to look? Match type. How accurate do you want the result to be? So let us start by what do we want to look? We want to look for this employee ID, insert comma. Where do I want to look? I want to look in the data set in this column only. Then insert comma. I want it to be the exact match, so I will enter 0 and close the bracket. Press enter on the keyboard. It says this ID is available on the 11th row. Let me see. There we go, it's there on the 11th row. So this one is returning me the relative position of that item from that range. If I just drag this down, I will get the values of other items on that list. But this one says #NA. This usually happens when that item is not on that list. This is a normal behavior. However, I recommend that we handle it more efficiently. We'll go to the cell B2. Then place our cursor in the formula bar, cut that function out by pressing Ctrl X. Now insert if error function and select that function. This function says test something. If that test returns an error, then give out some kind of value. So in the place of the first argument, I will place my match function, then insert comma. I say if that match function results in an error message, then return me this value. I say not found in double quotations, close the bracket and press enter. Now since this is not returning an error, we do not see not found. But if I just drag this down a bit, I see not found here. So that was the efficient way of handling the error on that match function. So now we know how match function works on the employee IDs. Now let us try that one more time on the email ID. So I'll go ahead and type in the match function and I want to look for this value. Where do I want to look? I will go in the data set, and this time what I will do is I will select all the items, all the columns in that range, insert comma, and I want exact match, close the bracket and press enter. It says this email ID is not found. Whoa. Let me take a copy of this email address by pressing Ctrl C on the keyboard and go to the data set and see if that email address is actually available. Let me press Ctrl F on the keyboard to start my find and press Ctrl V to paste that in the search box, and I say find next. That is available on the row 153. It should return me 153, but instead it says not found. So what went wrong? It is because we have given more than one column as a lookup value. So that will not work. I will just go ahead and change that, edit my function, go into the data set, and this time just select the email column, comma, 0, close the bracket, press enter. Now I have my value. If I drag this down, I can see all the email IDs are found except this one. And I know for sure that this one is not on my list because I changed it. So what I would do is I will go ahead and try cut the match function in the cell D2, enter if error function, paste my match function in the first part to test it, whether if it is returning the actual value or error. In case of error, I will insert comma and say not found in double quotes. Close the double quotes, close the bracket, press enter. Now I will drag this down, and we have not found here in case of error message. So that is how we use the match function in Excel. I request you to practice using this data and any data you have at your hand. The more you practice, the more you will retain. I hope you found this video helpful. In case if you have any questions, do not hesitate to write in the comment box and I'll be more than happy to help you. Please subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon to enable notifications. Thank you for investing your time. Have a lovely day.